Hi, hello. How are you all doing? You know what I just realized this morning while I was thinking about making another video for you guys? Is that despite the fact that I've made a bunch of matches and a bunch of like online matches and just 1v7s and things like that, I've realized that I haven't actually just properly talked about what this mod is. So, which mod am I even talking about? It's the one that I've been playing on all of my videos. It's called Legends of the Third Age, which used to be known as the Blue Wizard mod for all of the guys that got this mod a couple months back or a couple years back. It used to be the Blue Wizard mod. Now it's called Legends of the Third Age. So when you download the mod and you install it and you enable it in the launcher, this is kind of what you're gonna get. This is what it looks like. So the menu, the interface like that it pretty much has the same functionality. It has just a visual update on it. So before we jump into a match and we start doing a showcase about any of the factions, I'm just gonna quickly talk about of what this mod actually is. At least the way that I see it and the way that I think about it. So let's pretend that in this universe we didn't get another Battle for Middle-earth 2 and we didn't get Rise of the Witch King, but instead we got an expansion pack for Battle for Middle-earth 1. This is kind of what I think this mod is. It's basically, it would be like an expansion of the game. So basically what they do, they fix some of the main issues with the main game, which is there aren't many, to be fair. The main game is actually really good. The only thing that always bugged me about the main game a little bit was all the leadership stacking and how strong that is. It's not that in this version of the game you don't have leadership stacking. You do. It's just a lot less. They're just a lot weaker. They're about, I'll say, between 30 to 50% weaker. So leadership's still strong, and you still should go for it, and you should still try to stack it, but it's not as effective as it is in the original game. So I think that's a good thing. And then the other thing, they made a few other adjustments to underused units. They added a few extra heroes, and they added 2 extra factions. So that's kind of the reason I say that it would be more like an expansion for the original game than anything else. You just get a few fixes here and there to the main problems, and then you get some extra stuff that you can play on top of it without changing how the game basically functions. So the game is like, if you were used to Battle for Middle-earth 1, you're going to be used to this mod right from the get-go. Like, it's not that different. All the mechanics are the same, the strategies are mostly the same, but you have a little extra things, and maybe for different factions you might have a couple of extra strategies just because you have a couple of extra things on it. Having all that said, I'm not saying the mod is perfect. I'm not saying that everything is perfectly balanced because it isn't, but it's pretty good actually. As you guys could see from all of my online matches, it's definitely like, it's not perfectly balanced, but it's definitely, like, it's not atrocious in the point that one faction is going to keep destroying all the others or anything like that. It's pretty. There's some issues here and there, but it's super playable. It's a lot of fun. I personally like to play this mod better than I like to play the base game. Like, in my ideal world, people would be playing this mod online instead of playing the regular game because I think it's a better iteration of the game. I think it evolves the game a little bit. So, without changing stuff that most people love about the game, I would say. That's kind of just my opinion, but from here on, maybe we can get into a match. And I think, so the 2 factions that I have selected here, those are actually the 2 new factions in the game. So you have Lothlorien, which is basically the elves. It's not Lothlorien exclusively, it's actually, I would rather have it named elves just because you have a mixture of Lothlorien and like the Rivendell, I would say, because you have Elrond, you have Galadriel, you have Celeborn, you have Noldor soldiers, you have Galadriel, you have Lorien archers, you have Lorien soldiers. So it's a mix. I think if you just call it elves would be a better representation, just because you have both Rivendell and Lothlorien built in one faction. It's by the way, it's my favorite faction. If you guys haven't seen any of my previous videos, this is my favorite faction personally. I've always just loved the elves, and I love how they played it with it. You can see, like, this is my highest level faction that I have in the game. And then these are the factions that you have. So Gondor, Rohan, which you have in the base game. Same with Isengard and Mordor. Those are all there. There are a few tweaks here and there. A couple of extra heroes for a couple of the factions. PowerPoints are a little bit different. There is one extra unit here or there as well. I'll be able to go in more detail about them if you guys are interested in seeing a showcase specifically for every single faction and how they differ from the original game. For the original factions, they don't change that much. The main additions are the two extra factions, Lothlorien and Moria. And for the sake of just enjoyment, I love this faction, so this is what I'm going to be playing, just so I can showcase to you guys properly what you can do with this faction. And which faction should I go against? Moria should be okay. I guess I'll go with one different faction and then one original faction, so you guys can see kind of how similar it plays and all that kind of stuff. And we're gonna be playing on the beautiful, where is it? Fortified it. There we go. Map that everyone knows, everyone that loves this game probably played this map a bunch. So we're gonna go with that faction, with this map, so I can show you guys kind of how it works. And yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. And I'm playing on the hard version, so for this mod, the hard version is a little bit harder than the regular version. So I'm just gonna quickly get my start going here, so I don't get rushed and I lose my stuff. So as soon as I'm set up, I'm gonna go back and then I'm gonna show you guys everything that you can do with this faction and all that. I'm just gonna get set up here first quickly. So all I'm doing is grabbing these 3 settlements, so the 3 farms around my base. I have photo out, just in case. I didn't. I'm gonna go back here. No, don't get hit by the wall, don't get hit by the wall. Thank you. No, go away, work. Are you still there? Thank you. No. Wow, that guy is like, he really wants my blood. Come on, dude. Like, your home is there. Go back to your home. I'm not attacking you. I'm chill. You know, I'm not trying to kill you or anything like that. Okay, so let's come back here. We'll try to keep his wards. And
Follow me.
Actually, I don't have to crypto work. Let's go back so I can show you guys kind of everything that you can do and all that kind of stuff. Let's get another barracks here.
So far from home.
You can have these guys get out of the formation.
So far from home.
Then I'll show you what the formation does and all that kind of stuff. I'll get another farm.
We have built a new barracks.
Okay.
Protect the woods.
So hopefully I won't get rushed right away. So this is the Elven faction. I keep calling it the Elven faction despite the fact that it keeps saying as being a Lothlorien. Just because for me it makes more sense. I'll show you guys in a little bit why. And I'll take another sip of coffee here. Let's make a well, because I'm gonna need it once they start rushing me. So this is the Elven faction. This is kind of how the base looks, which I love. Despite the fact that it looks like there's a gate, there's actually no gate here. You can just walk back and forward. I believe that they do want to add a gate in the future, the mod developers. But for now, I think it's staying... I say mod developers, but it's mostly Palando, which is the mod developer. He's mostly the one still doing all the work in the mod. So I believe in the future he intends to add a gate, but maybe we'll see how it goes. So this is how the base looks. I personally kind of love how this base looks. It's like, it's simple, it's effective, it's clear to see what's going on. At the same time, it's kind of like really nice and beautiful, as an Elven base should be, in my opinion. So that's really nice. Let's actually get some archers. So this is kind of what the base looks like. I'll show you more of the buildings as I build them, so you can see kind of what they look like. These are the towers, by the way. They cost 250 resources, which is a little bit more of the... it's a little bit more expensive than what the evil factions has, but cheaper than what the good factions have. But at the same time, you don't have a gate, so I think that's why they did it. Which for now, I think it's okay. And let's take a look at the heroes. So here is kind of, you start to see why I say that it should be called just the Elves and not Lothlorien, just because you have a mix of the heroes that you can summon, which is a good mix in my opinion. I love the hero choices here. So you have Elrond, which is the more expensive hero that you can buy. You have Celeborn, you have Glorfindel, you have Arwen, you have Arthur, you have Arwen, 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 Haldir, and then you have Landroval, which is an eagle, if you can't see from the picture properly, but it's an eagle. Yeah, and it doesn't have a time or anything, it's just a regular hero that you can fly around the map. Actually, let's get Haldir here, because why not?
Watchful for the enemy.
So for their barracks, so these are the units that they can get. So this would be more of the Lothlorien barracks, and then in a little bit I'll buy this. Oh, I'm being attacked. Okay, they have quite a few units. Let's make another farm.
Don't let them I know what I must do.
Frodo, you can throw some rocks or something.
Fight back these foul creatures.
Okay, just let me make sure I'm not gonna die. Oh shit.
They are no match.
I'm fine. Go back to the well. Don't die.
Hurry, elves of the woods.
Okay, it should be good. Okay, so getting back to it. So you have Lorien swordsmen, you have Lorien guardians, which are basically Lorien archers. So these are the swordsmen. You start with them. This is kind of what they look like. They are about right now. They're about the same strength as the peasants, but I don't think that's 100% intended. I think Alando, the mod developer, intends them to be a little bit stronger than what they currently are. Not too strong, but a little bit stronger. But that's currently where they are right now. So they're about the same strength as the peasant units. And you can buy forge blades, heavy armor, and just banner carrier upgrades in general. And their formation, basically you use them to just move around the map quicker. So you wouldn't use this to fight another unit, you just use this to basically get more buildings, more buildings, moving around the map and getting more farms, or to run away from other enemy units, and then you can just get back to like regular formation once you need to fight someone, because otherwise you're going to be basically 40% weaker, so 20% less damage and 20% less armor. I probably should be getting some more units here. So these are these guys. So these are the Lorien swordsmen. For the elves, for the archers, which are the Lorien, how do they call it? Lorien guardians. So this is how they look. They cannot get heavy armor, so they're a little bit like the rangers, but they're not as strong as the rangers. They take a lot of damage, and they do okay damage. But they do have 2 extra units in their battalion. You can see how quickly they die here, right? Oh, and we have a few more of them coming out here. So let me position them. They're already getting destroyed. Okay, they lose a bit now then. And now it's still good. Also, another difference, as you can see before I go into the Galadriel, is in this mod, to level your military buildings, you can just keep purchasing units like you do in the regular game, and they will level up like you would expect. But you also have the option of paying to get it to level 2. So, which is personally a quality of life improvement that I like a lot. Because let's say you're playing, I think Rohan is the most prominent example, where for you to get your fire arrows, you need to build the archery range, recruit archers that normally you don't want, buy the fire arrow upgrades, delete your archery range because you don't want that either in most scenarios, so you can have your Rohirrim archers with fire upgrades, which at least this makes it a little bit easier. So I personally like that it's there, so that's kind of what it is. So back to the archer units. So they're pretty much like rangers, so no heavy armor upgrades, but they have no formation either, and they are quite squishy and they do okay damage. They don't do like a lot of damage or anything like that. And then I'm just gonna buy this so I can buy Galadriel to show you guys. Just let me delete this, not in time, okay. I can buy California as well, and we go over him as well. So you can buy Galadriel, which are pretty much the Elven warriors from the Rohan faction. They're pretty similar. I'm not sure there's a lot of differences between them. Actually, let me buy one of those units here, just so I can show you guys. And these are basically like your more Lorien or Lothlorien Elven things that you can get. But, let me delete this so I can show you guys. Here, you also have Noder Barracks, which is more like your Rivendell elves, I guess I should say. So let's build that so I can show you guys what that looks like as well.
haste, we will help you fight this.
Oh, let me zoom out a little bit. So here I have the Galadrim. You can see that they look pretty similar to what they do in the base game with the Elven Warriors, and you can swap between bow and arrow, and you have the same upgrades that you have with them. And I believe they are about the same strength. They might shoot a little bit quicker than their arrows and compared to the base game. I'm not too sure, but they are pretty. They're pretty similar for the most part.
With haste,
they're good units. They're just expensive.
our homes must be defended.
You can go back here. So let's go, before I go over, or actually maybe I should do this. So I'm gonna level this, so I can show you guys everything that you can purchase here. And I'm gonna go over the heroes quickly here. So we have Haldir. So he's also like the Galadrim. He can use bow and arrow, so he can just toggle in between. And then he has a wounding arrow, which is basically a high damaged ability that does like good damage to heroes or to monsters or things like that. And then once he reaches level 3, if you're using his sword ability, he gets a splash damage, and he gets a little bit of extra damage from it. Once he reaches level 5, he'll have leadership. And here is one of the things that I was mentioning about leadership in the beginning, is where leadership is nerfed. So instead of being 50% damage and 50% armor as it would be in the regular game, you can see that it's half of that. So it's 25-25, which I think it's a good thing. So that's what's there. And then his last ability is you unlock it at level 7, and you can basically recruit Galadrim for free. So these guys, you can get them for free once you reach level 7. It has a really long cooldown, so you can't keep spamming these units over and over. I think it's a good 3 minutes or so, I believe. It takes a while for it to come back, but you can get these guys back. And they're not on a timer, by the way. You actually get 2 battalions that you can purchase upgrades and everything like that, and they're just yours. They count for command points as well. Yeah, so Haldir is probably the most cost-effective hero for the Elven faction. He gives you leadership, you can summon extra things, he's an archer, so it's good to creep, so he's good to just poke at, if you're playing online matches, it's good to just poke at the enemy, disengage when you see if it's a bad fight for you, cause some damage to the heroes or to trolls or whatever they have with this. So this is this guy. And then you have Celeborn, which is, he only has a sword. He attacks decently fast and he does good damage. He has a good amount of health as well. And also he has leadership from level 1. So his leadership gives you 30% damage and 10% speed. Again, if this was on the base game and it was just a damage leadership, this would have been 60% damage instead of 30. So that's kind of, again, half of the damage that it would give you. He has Athalas, so basically it heals your heroes, hit him and the heroes around you. He has a fear ability. He has he can level up your units, give them experience with his level 5 ability, and then his level 8 ability. It's once I unlock, I can show you to guys, but it's a big area lightning storm that does a lot of damage to everything that is in it. So it's good it's good against like monsters, it's good against just other units in general and stuff like that. So that's Celeborn for you guys. So let me see if I have one of my Marlon trees at level 3. Not yet. Once you reach level 3 for Marlon trees, which are basically your farms, it's the only production unit you can buy with the Elven faction, by the way. So, oh, you can see that Gondor, it's the second time. Oh, why is he there? That's not a good spot. Okay. So you have the King of the Dead. That's the new hero from the Gondor faction. And he's a melee unit. If I do a Gondor showcase, I'll show you guys for more details. But for now, just know that you can recruit him if you're playing Gondor. But as I was saying, with your production units for the elves, once you get to level 3, you can actually purchase Grand Harvest, which boosts your economy by 50%. I say your economy because it boosts your trees of life economy, and that's the only economy that you have. So that's the reason I say that. So let's get that. And now for the Noldor barracks. So I'm gonna recruit one of each so I can show you guys what they look like. But basically you can get riders, so that's your cavalry units. You can get swordsmen, which these are the strongest swordsmen in the game now. You can get Noldor archers, which these are the strongest archers in the game now. and you can get another spearmen, which they're also the strongest spearmen in the game as well. So to counter that, they are low to they're not fast to make. They take a while. They're pretty expensive, and they cannot have these 3 units in the bottom. They cannot have upgrades on them. They are the way they are. So that's kind of how that's balanced out. The horses, they are the best horses if you go against other horses, but they don't have shields, so they can't be more effective against arrow like the other cavalry units can. But they are good against the other horses directly. If you're fighting against Wonder Knights, if you're fighting against just regular Rohirrim, they are stronger than those in that way. But they do not have the shield upgrade, so they are weaker against spears and archers and stuff like that. So again, that's how they balance this one out. So these are your Rivendell riders. I'll give you a quick look here, kind of what they look like. And they can have upgrades, and they have the wedge formation, just like all the other cavalries do as well. So that's those guys. And now here you have your Noder swordsmen.
This is the way. Hurry, elves of the woods.
You can see that the only thing that I can buy them is the banner carriers, but they don't have forge blades and they don't have heavy armor. But they hit like a truck, guys, and they do a lot of damage, and they have a good amount of health, as you can see, and they have like boosted armor from the gecko. I don't believe they are as strong as, like, I don't think they are as strong as having heavy armor or forge blades. Maybe forge blades are as strong. It's hard to say, but they're good. They're a good unit. And here are the archers. So the Noder archers. Again, you don't have upgrades on them. This is a cooldown that basically gives you silver tone arrows for 30 seconds. But you can't buy fire arrows on them, and you can't buy heavy armor either. So, which makes them weaker against things like ants, for instance, because it's hard for them to kill ants because they don't have fire arrows. And then you have their spearmen, which again, no armor, but they also have the formation bonus here. I'm just gonna move them outside quickly so I can show you guys kind of what they look like. They all look pretty cool, and then they can all the Noder units, they can you can mix and match their own battalions. So I can combine this, and I can make this a combo, or I can make that a combo, or I can make this a combo, and so forth. Oh no, don't kill my units, please. And here, like, they are getting attacked by fire arrows, and you can see kind of, like, they're pretty tanky even without armor upgrades and things like that. Yeah, so you can mix and match their battalions and their combos. I could go a little bit more in depth on them because you can actually match the same battalion. So I could have 2 spearmen together, I could have 2 archers together and things like that. And then I could have 2 spearmen plus 2 archers in a big combo as well. But I will go more detail if you guys wanted to see that kind of stuff specifically for any of the factions. I can do that more specifically as well. But so these are their units. So this is what you can recruit with them. So I think I went over all of them. And then let's finish getting their heroes. So I'll get Aaron next, I believe. And then I can go over him, and let's go over the power points right now. So you have your standard heal ability. You have Mirror of Galadriel, which is basically, it allows you to see, it's kind of like Palantir for Isengard in the base game, which allows you to see an area of the map. So I'll purchase so I can show you guys. Then you got Elven Woods, which is the same as the base game, just instead of giving 40% armor, is 30% armor. Then you have Horn of the Woodland Realm, which is basically War Chant. But again, instead of giving 50% damage and armor, it's just 50% damage and 25 armor. And then you have Light of Erendil, which is basically, what is it called? It's Cloud Break. It's basically Cloud Break. It has the same effect, but you can get pretty early with the elves, which is right there. Then you also get Gift of the Valar, which buffs your heroes a little bit extra health for them and a little bit extra damage, which is really nice. I love hero-related stuff on this game, so I really like to see this one. You can summon Ant allies. It's not as strong as the Rohan power spell. It's only 2 Ants instead of 3, I think you get with Rohan, right? Is it 4? 3 or 4? I think it's 3. You only get 2 anyway. Here you get passive regeneration when you're out of combat, and you can also stealth your units on the map, like your elven units. And here you can, let's actually Got this. I don't have enough, so we'll wait a little bit longer. So this actually, this is one of the new things about this mod as well. You actually have quote-unquote like ring heroes. So this is kind of how you would get it. Like if you play Battle for Middle-earth 2, like your ring heroes, you can get them here as well, but you get them through power points. So once I get to this power point, I can actually purchase Galadriel. Then once you get there, I can show you guys what it does. You have Alliance with Men, which basically summons a few battalions of Numenor warriors. They're pretty strong. You get Mist, which is not the same as in Battle for Middle-earth 2. This is a whole map Mist. So basically your units get a little bit extra armor, they get a little bit of more move speed, and they get a little bit of extra range for your archers and stuff like that. And it also breaks weather effects. So if someone casts darkness and then you cast this on top, it's going to break darkness. And then you have Part the Heavens, which is basically a sunbeam effect, like a whole area effect that kills everything that is in that area. I mean, it won't one-shot heroes and it won't destroy all the buildings, but it will do like okay damage to buildings. It's good. It's effective against units. So if someone has an army there, you can cast on top of it and it's going to kill the army. So that's pretty much their power points. So here we have Aaron now. He also has a sword and bow. You can toggle between whatever you want. And he also has ability similar to what Haldir has, which is just a strong arrow shot thingy. And then he has Hadafang, which basically busts him a little, busts his damage. Bust? No, that's not the right word, right? Bust is not the right word, guys. What I mean is boost. It boosts his damage a little bit. Yeah, that's what it does. It boosts his damage a little bit and his armor. You can use with either bow or arrow or just sword. You can use either or. So it's not like Lurch where you can only use Carnage with sword. You can actually use this with a bow and arrow as well, which is pretty cool. You have a heal ability, which is basically it's almost the same as the heal ability from the power spell. It just doesn't heal as much. It heals a little bit less, if I'm not mistaken. Then he has leadership, damage, and combat experience, and he also has his whirlwind, which is his tornado. It's good against units. It's not particularly good against hero, and it's not good against buildings either. But it's good to clear an army or like a few battalions that are fighting you or something like that. So it's good for that kind of stuff. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, Celeborn died. Oh, I was not paying attention. Let's get this guy's back. Oh, that's probably how he died. Okay, you guys, go kill that, please. Thank you. Now leave my unit for that. Okay.
Run them through, spear them.
Oh yeah, I should probably buy also. Do I need this? I guess I don't need this actually. So let me buy. There's also the armory. I think it's the one thing that I still need to show you guys. So let's buy the armory. Don't die. Come back.
Rally together, lancers. Riders.
Have your weapons ready.
So Glorfindel. So you can have him on a horse or unmounted, and then his abilities are Blade of Purity, which is it's pretty much Blade Master for him, which is like more damage, more armor. Then you have Starlight, which buffs the units around him, including heroes, gives them a little bit extra damage, a little bit extra experience. Can you please stop? And then where's Glorfindel? Here. And then you also have a Elven Sanctuary, which is basically a healing well, pretty much similar to this, but you can place it anywhere on the map once he levels up. His stats are okay, he doesn't do crazy damage, he's not super tanky. No, don't die, I'm gonna die. Oh, that was late for me. Okay, go in. Yeah, so that's Glorfindel, and then for Erwin, she has Erin's Judgment, which is basically a beam ability that does okay damage to units and heroes. Go there, kill some stuff, please. YouTube. She has basically an ability that busts her move speed and then her damage. She has to be mounted to use this. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that's what that does. And then she has power of the Even Star, which basically all it is you click on any unit that you want. So I can put that on another hero. Please don't go over the spear.
We must be off.
Thank you. Go back. So you can use that on a hero if you want. So like if you want to push with a strong hero, you can cast that on the hero, and then that hero is going to have more armor for a short time, and it's going to get really, really tanky. And then she has basically her Flood ability, which it's good against units, not good against hero, not good against buildings either. And that's Erwin. Celeborn is back on the business. So let's see what he can do here. Okay, and I'm missing. This is the only one that I'm missing, right? Yeah, I'm just missing Landroval. So also let's get Galadra now, guys. So I can show you what she does. She's super strong, by the way. I'll give you guys a little spoiler here. Let's purchase her first, actually. And here is just an armory. You can purchase this stuff, and then yeah, it's your standard armory. Nothing crazy about it. I'm just gonna wait so I can purchase everything, so I can just show you kind of what it looks, the way everything looks here for you guys.
Be watchful for the enemy. Our homes must be defended. Have your weapons ready, elves. Protect the woods.
Oh, I actually have
Our homes must be
fire
defended.
arrows. So let's purchase some fire arrows
Have
here.
your weapons ready, elves.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot about Frodo. It's the first hero that I purchased. So the Hobbit that you get from this mod, as the elves, you get Frodo.
Must keep it safe.
So you have the regular cloak ability, the same that you had on Merry and Pippin on the base game. But then you also have the One Ring. So he goes invisible, and you can move with him once he's invisible. If you stay too long, if you wear the ring for too long, Eye of Sauron is going to appear on top of you, and it's going to reveal where Frodo is, and this ability is going to go for on cooldown for a little while. He also has a fear ability for units, File of Galadriel, which is basically the gift that he got from Galadriel in the movies and in the books and that kind of stuff. He has Bonds of Friendship, which once he reaches level 8, he gets a little bit stronger, and then he has his Mithril Armor as well, which he got from Bilbo, which busts his armor a little bit. Again, why do I keep saying bust? It's not bust, it's boost. Boost, right? Yeah, boost. So, which boosts his armor. There we go. And here we have the Lady of the Light, Galadriel. So she has a Wizard Blast that is stronger than the Wizard Blast, so she has a little bit more range as well. So this is really good. She also has a teleport, which allows her to teleport anywhere. So let me show you. You can teleport her right in the middle of the action. Oh, literally. Wow. Actually, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so let's get rid of this guy. So that's that ability. Then I can use her Fear ability. Oh wow, she's getting a lot of damage here. Yeah, let's make them get in a line, and then I can show you guys Nenya, which is the name of her ring, if I'm not mistaken. And then we can go like this. Let's see. Boom. Okay, she's taking a lot of damage, so let's retreat here. Oh, Faramir is there as well. Hello.
You have your own choice.
So this ability, Nenya, it does a lot of damage to literally everything in the game. There's a lot of damage to all the heroes, a lot of damage to buildings, kills any battalions that you toss on them. Oh, please don't die. Let's level her a little bit. And she has a lot of health, and she has a good amount of armor. As you can see, she was in the middle of a lot of units, and she didn't die right away, so she's pretty strong. Pretty mobile as well, with the fact that she can teleport anywhere on the map. And then she has a level 5 ability, which is Healing Wave. It's in a big area. It doesn't heal her, but it heals everything around her. It's good for units. It basically heals all the units back to full life, but not heroes. It doesn't have that much health on it, so it will give a little bit of health back to heroes, but not like full life or anything like that. And then her ultimate ability is called Power of Lothlorien. It's the beam ability that also explodes everything around you, but it does the most damage to whoever you targeted it on. So like if you use it on a hero, it will one-shot most heroes, I believe. And if there's like an army around you, it will deal a lot of damage and kill some of the army as well. And I think we have... Oh no, we're still missing our eagle. Oh, that's why Celeborn died, because he likes to go outside. He doesn't like his home, he doesn't like his base. He likes to go outside and party hardy, and then he dies. Then let's make him stay here. There you go. Actually, why not use this? Use this. There you go. And level everyone up a little bit. Oh, didn't get this guy. That's sad. Is there anything? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna purchase Landroval so I can show you guys this. And that's pretty much the Elven faction for you guys. There's not a lot. Oh, the other thing that you can do, you can purchase an Entmoot as well. It's the same as Rohan's. The only difference is that with the Entmoot, you can't summon Treebeard. You can just summon regular Ents, and that's it. And I think that's everything, right? I think I went over everything that you can get on the Elven faction, I think. I'm gonna wait for this power point. I don't have the Ents yet, do I? Yeah, I'll get the Ents. I think I'll need it. Yeah, we definitely needed to break the gate and get inside the base.
Elven warriors.
Maybe you'll get armor so my units don't die so quickly when I go for my push. I think I went over all the heroes, right? Celeborn, Galadriel, Arwen, Glorfindel, Aaron, Alder, Frodo. Oh, and now my eagle. So the eagle doesn't have any special powers with the exception of Screech, which is just a fear ability. And other than that, it's just the eagles. If you guys are familiar with the games, you know kind of what it does. You just go in, dive in, kill some units, fly back, you know. Good against catapults and stuff.
I will face
That's
them.
what that does.
I know these parts. I will face them.
Actually, I'll take you out of your horse again. They won't Carolyn. Otherwise, they're gonna end up killing themselves in the pike units.
Breathe so loud we could.
The enemy! They're here!
Just want to get several power points so I can start to put some pressure on their base.
The dwarf.
Let's go fly a little bit.
Could have shot him in the dark.
Settle.
Our enemy has claimed
And I'm not sure if you guys have been paying much attention to Gondor. I haven't, but they're not too different from the original game. They're pretty much just, they have, like all their units, like they do what you expect them to do. The only thing is that they have a couple of extra heroes, like the King of the Dead, and I believe they also have an eagle, and a couple of power points here and there, a little bit different, if I'm not mistaken. So, but that's pretty much it. Everything else, I believe, is the same. Let's purchase this as well. Where are my horses? Oh, they died. Let's make some extra horses.
We must gather our strength.
Settle.
They're under attack!
Oh, hi. That's a very brave hero. I mean, he's not even a hero. Maybe he should be. It's a very brave ranger right there. 1v1 against an eagle? I mean, I don't know.
The forged blades are ready.
Forged blades. Horses are not out yet, so let's wait for the horses. And then we can go for a push here and then defeat our enemies.
We've improved the stables.
Oh, there's Faramir. Let's just bring Galadriel here and give the eagle some help. I'm gonna show you guys how strong this is. No, I missed. Oh no, I still got it. Yeah, and he got one-shotted. There goes Faramir, guys. One-shotted by Galadriel. He's pretty strong.
Quiet. Elven warriors.
Oh, catapults. Please deal with catapults.
We do not yet know.
We ride from Rivendell.
Oh, and I have my horses now. Where's the other? Oh, please don't die. I just made you guys. Please don't die. Oh, I was gonna get them both? Oh, I didn't even one-shot it. I thought he would one-shot the catapults. Yes, I was wrong. Ah, now I can purchase this.
The enemy is upon us, men!
And I'll put some pressure on the enemy base now. If I can. Oh, they have catapults. That might be a bad idea. Let's get rid of these guys first. Yeah, they have catapults, so that's gonna be bad if I summon ants. I'm just gonna destroy the catapults first. Hopefully they won't kill my eagle right away. And then I'll summon ants. Oh, they have catapults everywhere. Oh, goddamn. Oh, I didn't even one-shot the catapults. I thought this catapult would die with one thingy. But I don't. I have heal, so I should be okay. I hope. Now let's use heal here, just to be sure.
We're under attack!
And then I'll summon ants here. You guys can break the gate, please. Oh, don't die. Go back for a little bit. Heal. And you guys can break the gate.
We protect the
I'll
house.
break some of the horses here.
Come on!
Yes, Galadriel can come here as well. Just done destroying that base.
Grow strong.
Now, destroy the gate. There we go. Nice ants. And I'll try to, let me see if I'll get this to make them not die so quickly.
Watch your backs!
Now let's go try to destroy some stuff right now. Oh no, I didn't use it. God damn it. There you go.
Watch your blade! Put them down! Tear down
Let's
this
destroy the
place.
healing well. Where's Galadriel?
The eye of Sauron.
Get her in the business as well. Cast a spell here, make some damage. Damn.
Put them down!
Okay guys, let's get to work here. Let's destroy some buildings. maybe use her hero ability.
Naravna,
Yeah.
imoigere. Tis the whistle.
Don't give up!
Men are so
Okay, let's
easily
go
seduced
the next
by
building.
Soldiers of
Let's just
Gondor!
stand there, guys.
the eye of Sauron,
Protect the house of Elrond.
Oh, you got Faramir. Oh, hello.
the last free kingdom of
Go
men.
to the next building. Next building.
He will try to take the ring.
Let's use the Wizard Blast. What is it? Blast of Light.
His maul
That's
is
it.
controlled.
That's called Blast of Light. I think I got rid of the base. Okay, so that's good.
He will use his puppet Saruman to destroy the people of Rohan.
Let's try to kill them here. And then I can probably move out of my army as well, actually. Let's go destroy the last base here, and we should be good.
Our forces are under attack.
We'll kill that. And you sir. No, don't mind.
Beyond God!
I want to purchase this so they don't buy it back. Bam.
We do not yet know.
Uh-huh. What's Faramir doing? He's just there. Yeah, you guys got this, right? I don't need to work. I can stay behind
We
here.
do not yet know.
Okay. Get rid of him.
To bear a ring of
Actually,
power
you can come
is nothing
help here.
more than nothing.
Oh, look at that. Destroying everything. Beautiful.
The enemy has settled here
We
already.
cast this here in the middle of stuff. You should destroy most of it. Bam.
So loud.
Men are so easily seduced by its
Bam. I think that should be it.
We've destroyed them.
Oh, they purchased a camp back. Oh god, I gotta go all the way to the other side of the map. Why? Okay, Lendrahal, you go here again. And Galadriel,
He will
so
try
do
to
you.
take the ring.
Go there. We have horses too? No, my horses died, right?
Once existed between elves
Kill those, please.
the only guardian to stand watch over Middle
I guess I can move all my heroes in that direction as well. You guys can go here. I got some extra power spell. Let's just buy this, make everyone move a little bit faster. That's the mist spell for you guys. That's kind of how it looks all around the map.
The great
You guys can go here too. I can almost summon my stuff back, and then I should be able to finish off this quick match for you guys.
Our forces are under attack.
So I hope that after I'm showing this to you guys, it makes a little bit more sense, kind of what the mod is trying to do. So it's not like a full overhaul of the game that is trying to make the game play different. It's pretty much like it still wants the game to play the way you expect it to, the way you're used to, I guess. But adds a few extra things, make a few adjustments here and there, just so the game doesn't stay so stale. With a little extra, extra sparkles here and there. That's the idea behind it. As I said before, I believe this is a better iteration of the regular game. Like, if the game continued to progress instead of going for Battle for Middle-earth 2, they made the game, like they made expansions for it or they improved upon it. I believe this is kind of what the game would have been, or would have become. So there you have it, guys. That's kind of all I wanted to show you. I use Lothlorien this time around. If you guys want showcases specifically for the other factions, you can just let me know. I can do that as well. If there's any other things about the mod that I didn't cover that you guys want to know, just ask me in the comment section down below. I think that's all that I wanted to cover today. I don't. Also on the mod, you do get extra maps, like custom maps and stuff, from the get-go. If anyone enjoys doing things like, let me see. Here, like you have Minas Tirith where you can play. It's not like a mission map, so there's not going to be armies rushing. It's just going to be 2 enemies on the outside that can boot stuff and push you. It's the same. Like you have Rivendell, you have Lothlorien, you have Isengard, you have Helm's Deep. So if you like those kind of maps, they're in here. You can do that. If you want to play with your friends, you can also do that. I can have some fun with those maps and that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of custom maps and stuff like that. If you guys enjoy that kind of stuff, there's a lot of stuff here as well. Yeah, and that's all for me for today, guys. Again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the content, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel, liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Other than that, have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.